Hey guys, it's Kevin, and this isn't going to really be a review on Rain, rather than a video on why I'm not going to continue watching Rain. Because I want to continue watching it. I want to continue watching this show, and I've liked this show. The first half of the season was amazing. This is going to be more a video on why I'm losing interest in this show and why I don't want to continue watching it. And first of all, I'm going to say this. I didn't really think about this till yesterday. My friend on YouTube, Faith, aka YouTuber Faith Johnston, who you should definitely subscribe to her because she's a very good YouTuber, she did a review on last week's episode of Rain and said how the show is doing too much and how it's getting boring and things like that. And I have to agree with her. After really thinking about it, yeah, I would definitely agree with her about a lot of things there. And I'm going to get into what I don't like that Rain is doing. Let me say this. First half of the season was very solid. I absolutely loved it. I really had no complaints the first half of the season. Every episode was fantastic. After episode 6, it was fantastic. But then, after this recent episode, I sort of thought something. I haven't been really into the second half of the season. And it's not that it's not interesting. It's that there's only one storyline I actually really care about. And that is our main storyline between Mary, Francis, and Louis. That's what I care about here. Now, this week's episode was good. I'm not going to say it was a bad episode, but it just doesn't make me want to continue watching the show. There are a lot of things of the show I don't like. First of all, they're not focusing on the Protestant versus Catholic thing anymore. It's not really even focusing on that anymore, which I like. That was interesting, and they're not even focusing on that. And I wanted them to focus more on that, and they're not. So much stuff in this episode just felt completely out of place. First of all, Francis wants to be with Mary, and he's upset that Lola is having these relations with Louis when he knows that Mary has attraction to Louis and knows that Louis has a crush on Mary. So if I was Francis and I wanted to be with Mary, what I'd do is I'd be overjoyed that Louis and Lola were together. So to me, it just seems like Francis is just being portrayed as a total ass because he can't have two women in his life. You know, he can't just have one woman in his life. He needs to have two women in his life. And it's horrible writing, I have to say. I don't like the writing here. I don't like that this episode also ended with Mary and Francis basically just, Mary and Louis just calling it off and saying, I want nothing to do with you. It was awful, honestly. They're dragging things out and I don't like it. The other thing I have to say is the whole ghost element of the second half of the season is not working. It's not. Faith talked about this, and I have to agree with her. When this show tries to do supernatural elements, it does not work. This is not the Vampire Diaries, this is not the originals, and the thing that this show does not know how to do is how to balance out storylines. The originals knows how to do it, The Flash knows how to do it, Arrow knows how to do it, even the Vampire Diaries knows how to do it. Those four shows I am enjoying a hell of a lot more than Rain. Rain, I'm just not really enjoying anymore. And I feel it's just because the way they are balancing the storylines. For example, Catherine's storyline, I don't care about anymore. Narcisse, I want to care about Narcisse, but what they're doing with him is that he doesn't even feel like a villain anymore, and he doesn't even seem relevant in this show. It just seems like they're trying to get something to do with Narcisse, so they're giving him something to do, and I don't like that. Kenna and Bash, I don't really care about anymore. I'm going to be honest, I don't care about them. They had this whole storyline this week with Greer and what's happened to Greer, and I just don't care about it. Greer and Narcisse, I don't like it. I don't care about it. I think it's dumb. The only storyline that I truly cared about was Louis and Antoine. Was anything going on with Antoine and Louis? I like that. I like Louis and Antoine's storyline overall. But the whole thing with, like, Poison, I didn't care about that because we find out that the poisoner was dead, and we find out who it is, and before anything can happen, the poisoner ends up dead. So why should I care about his character if he's dead? I'm not going to care about a dead character. Just, it really annoyed me that they did that. It was really annoying, and I did not like that at all. And it just, after watching this episode, it just made me think, you know what, guys, I don't really like this show anymore. And why continue watching a show if I don't really like the direction it's heading? Next week's promo looks like the same exact thing. It looks like they're trying to do too much. They're bringing Mary's mother next week, which I could care less about. Mary's going to make some shocking proposition to Louis. It's just they're doing too much at once. If they were to focus on one storyline, which the first half of the season was basically doing that. The first half of the season focused mainly on the Catholics versus Protestants storyline, and now they're focusing on way too much because they've given Catherine stuff to do, and I'm fine that they have stuff to do, but just make it work into one storyline rather than like 4 different storylines, because it's not working anymore. It's just not. It's not working. The split storyline, not working. The whole not knowing what to do with each storyline isn't working. I feel like some storylines, they don't know what to do, and sometimes they just abandon storylines. Canna had a storyline with Antoine. That just went away. That just went away. The whole thing with Mary. I thought the reason this episode was called The End of Mourning was because Mary was going to be done mourning over her rape. I thought that's what it was going to be about. No, it's the end of mourning. Catherine's like poisoning. It's weird. And it just isn't working for me anymore. So, unfortunately, guys, I'm not going to continue reviewing the show. I'm sorry. I want to be, but I can't continue reviewing a show that I'm not invested in. I'm not invested in the show. I'm not invested in the characters. I like some of the stuff that's going on. I do, but I'm just not really invested into the show anymore. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to continue watching a show that I'm not invested in. It's that simple. And I started doing my review for it, and it was, I couldn't do it because I just don't care anymore. But honestly, guys, that's it for my review, or my little video basically saying why I'm not going to review Rain anymore. And I'm sorry, Faith, I know you want me to continue reviewing it. Maybe at some point I'll decide to just binge the rest of the season. Maybe, but we'll see what happens there. I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be for a movie review. Let me know if you guys think I'm making a good decision. Do you guys have as many problems with Rain as I'm having? I want to know your thoughts on it as well, guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.